All right. Good road win. Well, now we can't say we're a team that never trailed before because we got down 10-0. So, and now we all know how we're going to respond when we're down. I probably won't get that question Thursday night. Michigan State came out and really made some impressive plays on offense, throwing and catching. And we responded with a nice touchdown drive, and then we got a couple turnovers on defense, which were huge. And we were making plays on offense, timely plays. And then our kicking game was really starting to contribute. Our punt return game, we had a couple of nice returns, and then we blocked a punt, put a lot of pressure on them, they muffed the punt, which led to points. And it was a pretty dominant win, really, 47 straight points on the road against, I think, a good football team. We took the crowd out of the game, certainly. And, it's a good win, and we'll enjoy it for 24. Staff will get to enjoy it for about 12. And, it'll be a nice trip home.
Zach, pass the microphone when you're done too. Zach and then Niz.
I know you talk about just keeping this team focused, but as this season goes on, as you face different challenges, as I would imagine to some extent the stakes grow a little bit around you, what is it about this group that is able to block things out, is able to just, when you talk about enjoy it for 24 hours, move on to the next one, just constantly compartmentalize and succeed the way that it has?
Well, I think we're all on the same page. I think they're buying into the main thing, how we approach the main thing, what's important to us and how we want to play. And they're older, they got good character, there's good leadership on this team, they're hungry for success. A lot of these guys came from, G5 level, even the nose guard came from Kent. Got some guys that came from P5, Wake Forest, Texas Tech, Wisconsin. We got a good leader, quarterback. We got a lot of guys that can be good leaders. We're balanced on offense. We spread the ball around. Got a lot of guys that can make plays. And defensively, we create havoc up front. We swarm the ball. And, they got a little edge about them. The whole team got a little edge. They're relentless. So they continue to play very consistently. It's never perfect. And they're never satisfied. Never satisfied.
Niz and Seth.
With Curtis, can you take us maybe to the last week or two in terms of when did you announced him to start on Thursday, but when did you feel kind of comfortable with that decision? And with it being on his throwing hand, any more uncertainty for you once you got in the game to worry about it? Or kind of what was that like for you with Curtis and the injury?
Well, I think I knew early Monday, maybe Tuesday, that he'd be able to start. And every day was better than the previous day in terms of his execution, zip, and accuracy. And was there some curiosity as to how effective? I think human nature, but then I decided at some point to just believe in our team, right? Which is what you got to do as the head coach and the leader. You just got to believe in your team. Attack, and they'll feed off that. And I thought he played great.
Seth and Todd.
You talked so much about wanting to see what your team would do when faced with adversity, when coming from behind. So what did you see from your team in those moments on the sideline, on the field?
Well, I didn't talk so much about wanting to see it. You guys did. Okay, I knew at some point we'd be behind, and I knew we'd be fine. We'd be fine. Okay, but so now we've been behind and we responded.
Todd and Jim.
Curt, you talk about relentlessness. Your defense today, this is your total yardage by quarter, 128, 50, 27, 0. That's in order. 15 tackles for loss, 7 sacks. Can you talk about how they embody that relentlessness?
Yeah, 15 tackles for loss, 7 sacks. And see, I don't have the full composite in front of me, but that's really impressive. I don't know if I've ever seen those kind of numbers on a team that coach. That's a great credit to our defensive players, staff. And they got after them up front. You got to win up front. It's the first thing you got to do to win games, win up front on both sides of the ball. And I know we did knock the quarterback out at one point, but wow. Yeah. I mean, it was pretty dominant. It got pretty dominant there at one point.
Jim and Matt.
Curt, it was like a switch flipped after the first quarter. They had been pretty successful, and offensively, you guys were slow. Then all of a sudden, it's the opposite. They could not stop you guys, and you guys were just piling up the yards and the points. What happened at that point?
I think we just, started to make some plays. We left some plays out there, like early in the game, we should have converted that third down on our bench to Miles Cross. He had a huge cushion, and throw was a little off, and it's the ball he normally catches. That's first down conversion. We didn't make the play. And then, first play of the game, we had a good gain, and then we threw a play action. I thought there was maybe a hole to get away with, maybe. But I mean, they made some great plays. I mean, a couple of those plays they made on their sideline were great throws and catches. And then we just started to execute. We settled down, started to execute, and we took control up front on defense. Got the turnovers, started scoring points. They couldn't punch back.
Captain Rabbit.
Coach, you mentioned special teams. D'Angelo Bonds, Defensive Player of the Week, goes out there and blocks a punt. I mean, I know a lot of teams that use stars on special teams, but these guys play it like it's their last play. I mean, I guess how great is that example for your team when you guys on special teams playing that hard?
Yeah, it's awesome, and that's why he's there, because we think he can do that, and because we don't call that a lot, that block, and we thought it was a good time. They were on the second long snapper, and their operation was a little slow, and that's who he is. I mean, he's 100% all the time.
Rabbit and Zach.
Coach, obviously, 9-0 is history. First time I started 9-0. What do you feel the story should be at this point about what your players have accomplished?
That's for you guys to determine. You have a job, I have a job, right? And my job is to make them the best they can be. And, we'll fly home, and they'll get to enjoy it, right? Tomorrow we'll be in the staff. I'll be in early in the morning, and we'll start the process all over again. And when it's all said and done, then, you guys can put your wrap on it, and I'll have some time to reflect, which I haven't had a lot of time to do. And in this business, you can't, because the next challenge is always coming up.
Zach Bean and Daniel.
Coach, you took a timeout after Michigan State scored in that first quarter, and that really seemed to be the time where things flipped in this game. Was there any specific message? What was the message during that timeout?
No, I had challenged the review, yeah, and he was inbounds. You can see it on, but at the time I couldn't see it, and somebody up top said, "Well, I don't know." So I thought that would be a good time to use a challenge.
Daniel will wrap with this.
Yeah, I want to say last week you mentioned you all kind of had to scrap everything, or I want to say about half of it all. For you all now, you come out here and it's kind of rough early, you all respond. I'm curious what you feel like that shows about you all as a staff in game-wise.
I think it talks more about our team than about us as a staff. It's all about the team, right? And we are a team that historically has won close games. Now, not this particular team, because we haven't been in very many, right? But the way we play the game should lead to that when we are in. So I think it says a lot more about the players and, and the way we run the program, but the way they respond.
His last one.
In terms of, you mentioned the defensive line having a good game across the board, but Kamara specifically, 2.5 sacks, and seems to be just kind of playing better. And you mentioned him being healthy all through the offseason, but did you think he had this level of kind of dominant play in him?
Kamara?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it all spring long and all fall camp. And yeah, I mean, he's got twitch, explosion, and he's got a lot of talent.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.